Welcome back. Welcome back. Wow, Airbnb. Holy hell. Yeah, they reported last night. Down, down, down. Morning, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. Feeling like shit today, so you have to bear with me. Feeling like shit. Market sideways. So today might be a pretty chill day for me, but I wanted to jump on here, get as much information out as I could. Morning, Alex. I appreciate all the support, brother. And TK Nut, thanks for supporting the stream. Appreciate that. Morning, everyone. Welcome back. Yeah, it must be just a little something from Costa Rica, I would assume. A few days after I get back, start feeling like crap. I'm assuming it's something with that. So, we're good. Feeling all right, but definitely tired, a little clogged up. And yeah. All right. Let's get it started early. And let's leave early. Let's do it. Press that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's start with the economic calendar. So, economic calendar, finally a little bit of something here. We'll talk about Shopify. A little bit of something here on the economic calendar. 8:30 today, unemployment claims. We have it pretty much every Thursday. So we'll see if there's anything there today. Hopefully we get a little bit of volatility off this. This is one of the first times I'd actually like to see the market move due to economic earnings or an economic event, right? Because we have not got any movement over the last 3 trading days, and maybe we need a little bit of a catalyst here. So economic or unemployment claims, hopefully something that can get us moving a little bit. Also, later today, we have the 30-year bond auction at 1 o'clock. That's something to watch. And then we close the week with consumer sentiment. So we'll see what happens there at 8:30. We'll get that live in about 28 minutes. And we'll see if there is some movement that we can trade. Yeah, I'm going to drink some tea, take some medicine. Go Knicks. What a game. Yeah, what a game. Knicks, baby. Knicks and Rangers. It's hot. They're hot. Earnings calendar. Yesterday, we had ARM, Robinhood, Airbnb, AMC, Trade Desk, Beyond Meat. How'd Duolingo do? What's Duolingo? Is it Duo? Duo? Duolingo down? It's an interesting stock. It's a very expensive stock for what they do. Duolingo, TTD, Trade Desk, pretty much flat. Airbnb, down. How'd the old AMC do? AMC, I swear, on earnings. The Moas is coming. Hood did all right. ARM, down. Beyond Meat still a company? I guess so. Remember when people used to fight with me about Beyond Meat back in 2021? This is the future. Beyond Meat's the future. No one's going to eat red meat anymore. Yeah, right. There's not a chance in hell. That will never go away. As long as humans are humans, unfortunately, whether you like it or not, there will be red meat being eaten. So, yeah, Beyond Meat, no. All right. This morning, Roblox. Let's take a look at Roblox. What did Roblox do? Down. A lot of these small caps not really going anywhere. Roblox down. Oh, that's down pretty big. What was the expected move on Roblox? It was definitely $4. This thing's down 9. Damn, this thing's getting crushed. EPS, sales. What was their guidance? Their guidance must have been low. Yeah, that's a big breakdown for Roblox. That's double the expected move. Here's my baby right here. Here's my baby right here. Toast. She's on a little breakout move here, Toast. Keep an eye on this thing. This is a company with actual use case. This is a company that you see every day if you go out to eat. Toast. Keep an eye on her. All right, let's get started. Futures. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Here we go. No trade zone. That's my day. Okay? And I'm going to be honest. And I'm going to be as strict on myself as I possibly could be. Because the first 3 trading days of this week, I have had no success. I do not have success trading in this. This is my no trade zone. So if we are trading below 18,270 and above 18,070, if we are trading in here today, I will not be taking trades. That is my rule for myself today. I have no interest in trading within here. It's just nonsense. It's not worth. There's no continuation. Here was yesterday's trading day. You get pretty much. I mean, this was like 2 hours right here. 2 hours. It's not worth it to me. So that's my goal for myself today. My goal for myself today is to stay as patient as possible and to protect myself in price action that just quite isn't worth it for options trading. The last 2 days on the SPY have been the lowest volume of the year. I think I saw that statistic somewhere. If you want to fact check me on that, you can. But I'm pretty sure that we saw 2 of the lowest volume days of the entire year yesterday, and at least this week. So that is not good, right, for what I look for in my trading. I look for continuation moves and clean movement. And if it's not that, it's not going to be something I really excel in. So I'm going to sit on my hands here. If we see movement just here all day, I will not be a part of it. I will be outside. I will be enjoying. I will be resting my mind, gaining back some mental capital that I have lost as I watched the market trade sideways over the last 3 days. So let's see what happens, right? 18,070, 18,270. It's a 200-point range. And I would probably not get too confident inside of it. All right, you could get little pops, drop right back down, just think that it's about to break down, pop right back up, then sort of do this, right? Do something, just random shit, right? That's all it's been doing. All right, it's very random. So be careful of the random volatility that goes on within this area. This is also due to the VIX. The VIX has been extremely low. It continues to drop. And the lower this VIX drops, the less volatility that's in this market. Maybe eventually we do get some kind of pop on this VIX to help us get some volatility in the market. But for now, the last 3 trading days, the VIX has just slowly bled out all of the last 3 days. All right, so I say let's be careful. It's not great for options trading. That VIX is low. The channel is very distinct. And the overall action has not been something you want to be getting that active in. So 18,070, 18,270. You can look for rejections. You can look for demand holds on the channel, right? Channel high, channel low. You can look for it. But I would prefer actual breaks above and below. Get some volume to come in before taking action. Same thing on the QQQ. You can see that is right here on the QQQ. The upside is 442. The channel low is 437.50. And you can see the action that we saw all day yesterday. All day yesterday from around 11 o'clock to close, we traded in a dollar range on the QQQ. right? We traded within a dollar range on the QQQ for about 5 hours. So not great. Not something that I would say, gives you a lot of opportunity. 437.50, 442. I would be in a no trade zone here. This would be my no trade zone. If we can maybe drop under that yesterday low, we could maybe get some downside continuation towards that 436.50, which is that 50 SMA down here. That's the big level down below, right? If I zoom out, you can see right here. The 50 SMA right here is definitely going to be important, 436.50. So if we do break this yesterday low, maybe there's a little bit of continuation towards that 436.50. But I think the real trade comes in under this level. All right, if we move under this 436.50, then I think that's the real move. This is the real move right here. The real move from 436.50 to 433. That would be a move I'd be looking to catch. This feels like it could be fluid in this area right here. So be careful of anything above this 436.50. Could still be very choppy in this range up here. I think under this 50 SMA, you get some more fluidity down towards that 433. To the upside, you're going to just need to break 422, right? So if you get a break and hold over 422, then you could look for that opportunity. Until then, until I say we break either here or here, this area, for me, no trade zone. I can go to the gym. I can go to the driving range. I could let my long-term portfolio, soak up any opportunities that do arise. I do not need to trade in environments that I know I do not perform my best. That is something I really need to work on today because I've sort of tried to push it a little bit too much after coming back from my vacation, and being interested in trading again, right? I sort of missed trading. I missed looking at the market. I was excited to come back and get active, and this is the week that I get shown, right? So it just sort of sucks, right? I go on vacation here. This is the worst possible situation for me, right? I was on vacation here, and I come back to this. Can you believe that? This was my vacation, and this was when I'm back. So that is the worst possible thing for me to encounter because obviously last week I probably would have made some pretty nice money, right? But I was away Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And instead of being in the market here, I am back home here. So, yeah, maybe I need to go on vacation again, huh? ES. So, you guys can see right here, ES, very distinct zone, very clear channel. You can see 52.27 down to that 51.87. You can see very clear here, right? 52.27, 51.87. That is a very distinct channel on the ES, right? So this is my no trade zone, right? I don't want to be short into the 50. I don't want to be long randomly into this 52.27. So I want to make sure I stay pretty patient as the market trades sideways between these levels. Nothing wrong there, right? Not missing any kind of opportunities if the market stays between this area. And if we get a drop, great, right? If we can get a drop under that 87, I like that short into the 50, right, down into here. And if we get over that 52.27, I like the long into 52.50, right? So 52.50, 51.50 are those two outer bands that I would like to trade to if we can break one of these sides, right? If we can break under 87 or break over 27, then I think I can get that continuation move. This looks like a really quality continuation move right here, right? This looks like a continuation move I'd like to catch. This right here would be, I think, a good trade and a very clean pullback to that 51.50, but we'll have to see. That's a gap up right there. All right, SPY, same thing. All right, we can see right here. Here's your SPY. SPY, clear supply highs, 518.50. Very clear lows here, 515. So we are in a 3.5 point range on the SPY right now. This is called my no trade zone. So 518.50, 515. I'm not going to get active in between this. I will wait for us to get outside of this. If we continue to do this, I will not be trading. If we get over 518, I love that for longs, 518.50. If we get under 515, I love that for that short into that 512, right? If we can get under that 515, I like that short right here on a rejection of previous lows for a downside move towards 512. That would be very nice. So, going to be eyeing this 515 here. Going to be eyeing this 518.50. I would want us to get outside of this. If we can get outside of it and hold below 515 or hold above 518.50, then I would look for the upside or downside continuation. Target there would be that 512.50 SMA on the ES or on the SPY. Lily Nugan, appreciate that. Welcome to the Support the Stream. Appreciate you supporting the stream, Lily. Larry, as always, gifting some subs. Appreciate you, Larry. Very kind of you, Larry. All right. So that's that. Let's go to the Russell real quick. I think the Russell lost a little bit of steam yesterday. Russell is now under 2070. We talked about this yesterday. This is starting to look like a pretty heavy level for the Russell again. Right here, you can see the Russell 2070. You are now getting stuck underneath it. So that's important. All right, if you get stuck under 2070 on the Russell, then I think you probably trade back down to the 2035. So right here, 2070. If you stay under that 2070, then you probably trade back down into that 2035. All right, so keep an eye on that 2070 today on the Russell. That could be a rejection spot. You can already see right now it's acting as, a general rejection spot up here around that 2070. Be careful of this zone above. Dow Jones, Mike Jones, 38.8 held yesterday. Probably holds again, right? 38.8. Right there. 38.8. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. That's a nice hold level. Let me zoom out a little bit. Bear with me. Get a little bit more time. Yeah, it's pretty much just in a channel right now, right? You're in between this and this. That's the Dow, right? Where are you trading on the Dow? You're trading right between here. Right there. You're trading between straight up, chop fest, straight down, straight up, chop fest, straight down. What kind of ridiculous... Wait, I remember this. I remember this. This was another ridiculous time in the market. Straight down, straight up, chop fest, straight down, straight up, chop fest, straight down. That was something. And then you have this is clean, right? This is actually some clean action. Why is this clean here? Because you have holds and rejections. This was very clean, right? See how nice this flip was? This was channel 1, channel 2, right? This is a very clear flip. You have this into this. So that was nice, right? But this was crazy. In between the channel, right? This is why. Here's a good example, guys, right? Actually, this is a fantastic example right here for all of you guys that are watching. This is a fantastic example of why we want to stay out of this channel, right? What happened once we got out of this channel here on the Dow? Once we exited this channel, it was actually a very clean continuation move, right? Look how clear that is. You stay away from the trades here, right? Stay away from this. Stay away. You could obviously trade the channel, which is nice. But if you don't like to, or if you haven't found success, stay away from this and wait for a channel low or channel high to break. And in this instance, you guys can see channel low broke, right? We broke channel low. We turned previous channel low into very clear rejections, offering, right, some downside continuation. So this is really nice, right? This is something that I'm waiting for now, right? This is a great example of what I'm waiting for on the ES right now. All right, we have our channel. We see it right here. We have our channel high. We have our channel low. And so what I want to look for is for the market to do something like this, right? Start to do something above or below the channel high or channel low. Actually start to trade outside of this range, all right? And then we can actually get some continuation. So that's what I'm looking for. That's a great example right there in the Dow. All right. Am I holding anything? Yeah, I got a few puts overnight, but who knows, man? It's like no size. I just don't even. I have Qualcomm. It's probably going to be a loss. Meta probably going to be a loss. I've just been taking these little shots where I see setups, but nothing with real size. I'm not confident right now in this channel. All right. So we'll wait. We got in 10 minutes. We got some economic data, but we'll go over some stocks here. Let's first take a look at Tesla. Tesla, interesting around this 20 SMA. I am interested to watch to see what Tesla does down here at this 20 SMA. So you have a gap fill right there, right? You have a gap fill on Tesla at 170, 169.50, and then you have the daily 20 that's been sort of pushing up here. You have this very sort of systematic selling that's been going on over the last 2 days. You can see just this sort of grind lower. I'm interested to see if this level steps up. So not interested quite yet. Not really going to be doing anything quite yet. But I'm going to be looking to see if that 169.50, 170 area holds, right, for maybe a potential long. So nothing yet. Nothing that I think is ready. But this is an interesting watch. Keep an eye what happens around this 20 SMA. I think this is an area to watch for maybe a short-term trading opportunity to the upside, maybe off a little gap fill, right, and a reversal. If the market maintains itself, of course, that's very key. We'll have to see if that does happen, and we'll have to see if that 20 SMA proves to be a strong level. I'd want it to get tested a few more times, right? I'd want to see Tesla come back down a few more times, really test that 20, really continue to show that it's trying to hold. One test is not enough for me here. I would like to maybe see one more drop and then maybe a few more bear traps, right? A few more failed attempts lower. If I see a few more failed attempts lower on Tesla near that 20 SMA, then that's something I will look for back to the upside. Right now, I'm not interested because the overall volatility in the market is dead. Tesla's dead. The last few days on Tesla have been pretty much nothing. Yesterday, you had a little bit of a pop to the upside. I tried to short it off 174, and obviously it got slightly above 174. I guess 174 wasn't the correct level there yesterday. Today, you can see it is getting stuck under 174, but I don't trust any of this. I do not trust any of this. Just doesn't quite look like levels that I really align with, right? The next level that I would trust is right here, right? So I'm actually going to delete this personally. I really don't like anything in this zone. I think the only level that I would trust next is right here, 178.40, right up here. If I can see Tesla pop back up into here, then I'd look for rejections, right? SMA, EMA, MA, it's not very complex. Simple moving average. Daily simple moving average. So 178.40, 178.40, that's probably the level that I'd look for, right? That's really the clean level. That's a previous channel low that I would like to see turn into a rejection point. That's very clean. All this is sort of nonsense, in my opinion. Next major level is down here at 169.50. So no trade zone on Tesla is in here. I'd look for trades here or here. Okay. Nvidia. Interesting, right? Interesting, but do I trust it? That's a tough one, right? Interesting, but all the pops that we've seen on Nvidia have been very, very aggressive failures as of late. That is making me find it hard to trust at the moment. These pops on Nvidia have failed pretty ugly intraday. You can see even yesterday another very clear fail, a very ugly fail actually on Nvidia yesterday. Another midday pop that failed. So yeah, tough to be trusting that in such a failure move over the last few days. But man, is that an interesting little setup, isn't it, on Nvidia? right? Man, does that get you intrigued just a little bit, right? Look at that. So previous highs, right? 885. You got some of this demand stepping in at 895. You definitely have some buying going on in this zone down here. There's no doubt about that. You have this little channel, right? This little flag that's been going on here. And I'm sure millions of traders are looking at this, right? There's definitely a lot of people looking for this move right here on Nvidia. It's very possible. I would be hard pressed to think that it happens unless this changes. Okay? Unless this changes, I'd say it's not going to work. If you can get this market to actually move, if you can get the ES to not be sideways, right? If you can get there to be actual volatility in the market, then I think you can do it. Okay, so that's what I would look for. Look to see if Nvidia, or look to see if the market starts to actually have some movement in it, not just sort of staying choppy sideways, because it could do this again, right? This could be another day of this, right? And then maybe Friday's another day of this. Right? It doesn't have to break out today, so be careful there. Be careful getting too anxious on this. Market really needs to get a little kick in the ass, right, to really trust that Nvidia is going to squeeze and have continuation. You need a kick in the ass on the market. So 912 would be a first level I'd be careful of, right? 912. You have rejections up at this 917, right? Make sure you're aware of those levels as you trade this. If you are trading this higher today, I'd say make sure you are aware of 912 and 917, okay? 912, 917. Previous high here, previous high here. Be aware of those levels, because what this could do is get you in, right? Oh my God, here we go, bam, right? Or oh my God, here we go, bam, right? So make sure you're aware of 912, 917, two major levels, two major highs that have shown clear rejection points the last 2 days. This could get you sort of horned up, right? Maybe it does a little this dance, right? And then it does that, right? So you need market continuation. You need real upside continuation on the market. And I would want to see Nvidia starting to hold above these highs, right? I would say maybe look for it to hold above 912 for maybe a scalp to 917. If you're holding above 917, you can look for that long into 925, right? You want to trade it on holds over these highs. Just be careful of these turning into rejection points, okay? The likelihood of this level rejecting and this level rejecting is something you want to watch in terms of what the market is doing, right? So if the market is doing this, right, if you're getting a bunch of this on the market, it is a higher likelihood that Nvidia will reject key levels, right? Because there's not that strength. But if the market's breaking out, then you have that sort of momentum behind it. That's something you want to be focused on. AMD, very similar. So AMD, little bit of flag action, little bit. Really ugly chart. Let me just put it at that. Really ugly chart. That is disgusting. I cannot tell you what's going to happen at all today. I have two levels for you. I have 157 and I have 151, right? And so I'll look for longs maybe off 151, maybe something off 157. I have no interest in this. This is an ugly chart. Stay away from this unless it's at a key level. I'd say 151 and 157. Okay. Qualcomm. Could be two things on Qualcomm. It looks like right now it is breaking over my rejection point, so it could be something that you look for upside here. If Qualcomm holds over this 181, this could be upside continuation. Yesterday, I was looking to see if Qualcomm could break under 176. It did not. It popped higher, and it started to show rejections at this 181 level, which I thought was a very nice rejection spot. Previous highs, lows, and we saw rejections come in yesterday. This morning, some random pop above that level. Not sure why. I've been trying to look into why it's popping above that level, but it is. So if you hold above 181, this could continue. If we fail back under 181, then watch out for this rejection point up here. Previous highs, lows, yesterday rejection points. I figured we'd see possibly another move lower off that 181, but we're getting this little squeeze this morning. Not sure why. I don't see any news on it, but Let's keep an eye on that 181 today. MU, really not much. I would say look for the retest still of this 117. This could be actually a nice long here, right? 117. If you can hold above that 117, this could be a nice long opportunity. Keep an eye out for that little flag action of 117. Okay, hold on. Let me look at the economic data. Guys, a huge pop on SPY that's still within this channel is not a huge pop, okay? We need to be outside of the channel. This is not a huge pop. Now, it could be. It might. But that is not. Let's make sure we understand where the market is. This is still danger zone. If it gets over this 518.50, then it's something to be looking at, all right? If we can get over our supply highs, then it's something to be looking at here. 1785 versus 17. Okay, so pretty much in line. Jobless claims slightly higher. Huge, gigantic pop. That's good, John. Wow. Huge, gigantic pop. That's good. All right. Nothing. Whole bunch of nothing. So we are still in the exact same channel. Nothing. SPY, same channel. NASDAQ, same channel. QQQ, same channel. So nothing here. We got to get outside of this channel, guys. Got to get outside of this channel. Raul. Raul. All right. Let's continue. We were on MU. A little interesting here. If the market can get a little juice, right? If the market can get a little juice, that would be nice. But for now, we'll have to monitor. I think that's an interesting flag, right? I think that's an interesting flag off this 117. It didn't quite come back to that 117 yet, so it might need another leg lower, right? You might need one more leg lower here before this actually starts to work. But this is an interesting flag, and it would be a nice move off 117 because 117 is a key level, right? Look at this on the 4-hour chart. 117. And if you can get that little base to come in around 117, it's actually quite an interesting setup, right? It's actually quite an interesting setup. So keep an eye on that MU 117. TSM, keep an eye on that 143. 143, you're testing it today. Yesterday, I tried the long off 143. It looked great for about half an hour, and then it broke down on me. So here's another example of just taking your setups and it just not working out. There's nothing wrong with that. This is a textbook setup for me, right? This is a break and retest and a valid hold above our 143 level. We have a nice hold here at 143. I got some longs at these levels, right? Using this as my stop loss, having a stop right under that 143. So a nice tight stop. Looking for upside continuation, actual upside continuation. I was targeting back up into the highs, and we got this, we got a little of this, and then we failed. So this is sort of the moral of the story yesterday for me, right? I talked to the group. I said, hey, man, I'm taking setups I like, right? I'm taking setups that I would always take. I'm not sort of just throwing money at the wall and hoping it sticks. I know the trades that I'm in make a lot of sense, and so does this TSM one, right? It makes a lot of sense. Some of them aren't following through. The market's just not quite getting that continuation move. And sometimes we're going to get stopped out of these. So this is a break and retest that failed here on TSM. We talked about that 143 level. We know it's a big level. We saw reactions to it. We have that potential little flag continuation move, right? We've seen this. This is not something that's new. We've seen this plenty of times, right? We've seen this sort of 143, right? The key level, the demand stepping up, and then that sort of continuation move higher, right? We've seen this countless times, and you guys know that. But, there's going to be times where it doesn't, right? And this is the key right here, right? This might be something I actually make a video on, because this is a very important topic here. There are times where this works very good, right? And you get monster wins, right? 20, 30, 50% trades, right? Where this really squeezes, right? And that's awesome, because that's what trading's all about, right? Taking that trade. Now, what you have to do when it doesn't work is equally as important, because if you keep this loss to 10, 20%, right? Let's say 5%, even let's say it's 30%. If you keep this loss, here, and you actually stop out under this level, under your stop loss, then you will offset that loss. You will offset the times it doesn't work very quickly with the times that it does, right? But what people do, what people just can't seem to get in their minds, is that they will not stop out of the trade. They will not stop out, right? They will not accept that it's wrong, it's not working. They will hold it until here, and he'll here, and he'll here. They'll hold it until the next day where it's down even more. They lose 100%. And then how do you make that back, right? You don't. Or you can, but you're going to need a lot more than one of these to work to make it back, right? So no trading strategy is 100%. There's no such thing. No trading strategy is 100%. What you have to do is make sure that when your strategy breaks down, which it always will, right? Your strategy does not always work. When it breaks down, you have to take your loss, right? And so the losses I've been taking this week have basically been my strategy breaking down. And I know, hey, I'm getting, death by paper cuts over here. I'm losing money this week. But I'm keeping it to a percent, and I'm keeping it to an amount that I know once my strategy starts firing again, I'm going to make back these losses in 2 days, right? I'm keeping it to that, making sure that the losses that I'm taking here are just quick stop outs, understanding I'm wrong, follow through's not there, get it off, take it, accept it. Once we get some follow through on a few of these names, we're going to be sort of grinding back at those losses very quickly. So this is a very key concept here, right? You got to be able to think like this. You got to be able to think in terms of probabilities, in terms of, risk reward. You can't be scared of being wrong and accepting. And you have to have that confidence that, hey, that next trade I take that works is going to pay for these losses. That next trade that my strategy starts firing is going to pay for these losses. You got to believe in it. So, all right, let's continue. Meta, big level here. Big level here on Meta. 474 in the 20 SMA. Does it break through? Does it hold above? If Meta can hold above this level, I'd look for more upside here. Right here. So, 474 in the 20 SMA. If Meta can get above that, then you look for upside continuation. We have 700 likes. If you guys could, press that like button for me. Meta 474, 20 SMA 474. Look to see what it does here, right? For now, you can see it's having a tough time getting above it. That 20 SMA is shooting Meta down every time it gets close to it. 474 could continue to shoot Meta down here. But you can see for now, there is a demand that is holding, right? So this is still stair-stepping to the upside and could still continue higher. Right here, you can see we have 469, 470, right? That is holding this higher. So if you're going to want to see Meta lower, I'd say it needs to start breaking down some of these demand levels. For now, Meta is holding this 469.50, looking like it's pushing back to the upside. If it can hold over 474, hold over that 20, then I'd look for upside continuation here. All right? Meta's been a beast. Netflix. So we found a little bit of rejection finally. Netflix at 620. You can see it right here. Let me zoom in on it. So 620 looks to be the first level to be watching out for. Right here, 620, right there. So keep an eye on that today on Netflix. It needs to get above 620 for more upside. I would look for longs at 600 personally. If you can get a pullback on Netflix to 600, that would be my next long spot. 600, obviously 580, but we'll have to see if it gets there. But 600 would be the next spot I'd look to try to long off of on Netflix. Coinbase has stayed very weak, but it is finding some demand at the major low that needs to hold, really. This is a must-hold level for Coinbase, in my opinion. You can see it's right here. This 206, right? Previous low, double bottom low. That's a must-hold for Coinbase there at 206. So I'd say watch out for that. To the upside, right here, 215 and then 220. Those are two rejection points I'd watch for. 215, 220. Keep an eye on those. Do not short into 206. Carvana, holding that low, that must hold. This is a must hold level for Carvana as well. You can see if it breaks under that 111.50, it probably goes into the gap. But right now, it is definitely maintaining above it. So I'd say no play on Carvana until it breaks under that gap, 111.50. What's Starbucks up to? There's nothing here, man. Starbucks that's a ghost stock right now. Straight down. I got no idea. Starbucks hasn't been really performing that well, has it? I feel like Starbucks goes out of business eventually. I know people are gonna. I know that's a hot take. But I don't like Starbucks. And I think a lot of people don't. But a lot of people do. So, I don't know. That's a hot take. Maybe they don't. Maybe in like 20 years. I like making my own coffee, man. I don't know. I think it's a good time. But a lot of people don't have the time to do that, so I get it. Yeah, no, that's probably too hot of a take for a stream. Starbucks going out of business. The coffee's not great, though. Like Sniper, I agree with you, man. It's just not a great place. It's not. It's not great. But girls love it. Some people are obsessed with it. But, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Starbucks, I probably wouldn't touch it till it comes back to here, 63. That looks where it's headed. Apple, another stock that's in the twilight zone. Apple is in the dead zone, man. It's in the complete dead zone. The dead zone from the 100. Anyone ever watch the 100, the show? That's what I keep thinking about. The dead zone, the path to the city of light. Apple is on its path to the city of light. If anyone knows that reference, then you'll know it. But 180, 187, it's just nonsense, right? I would not get involved here. If you like Apple, buy shares. That's it. What else, guys? Google. I actually sort of like Google here. Google's actually has had some clean action. I might actually watch Apple. Or I'm sorry, I might actually watch Google. Look at this, right? This actually is pretty clean, guys. So you have 170, 170, 170, 170. That's pretty nice. Piff, I know you're a Dunkin' kind of guy. Piff loves his Dunkin'. This actually is pretty clean here. This might be one of the cleanest setups I'm looking at here, right? 170 on Google, 170, 170, and 170. This is also where the last pop came in on Google. It was 170. So look at this little push that's going on here. If Google can hold over 172, I think there's a long here, right? Little flag breakout, little this right here. You can see right there. Little consolidation, right? Back into that 170 demand, push to the upside. If we can get above that 172, I like that. So I'll be watching that. Keep an eye on that 172. Amazon, 190. Just be careful of that all-time high. I would be careful longing into that 190. I'd say if you can get above 190, maybe there's something there. Until then, nothing there, right? I don't like this range. You got to watch 190, 185. Owl. This looks insane on the hourly. Does it though? What is going on here on the hourly? Nothing. Yeah, Roblox got wrecked, huh? Shopify. Shopify for margin. Shopify, man, it's, are you trading it or are you investing it? That's really what you got to decide. This looks like a pretty clear uptrending channel here that we've been in, right? This is a low. Here's a low. The next low probably comes in around this 60. Yeah, and you can see that 60 is holding on pretty well. You can see right here. Here's your 60 low. That is holding still on Shopify. So that 60 looks crucial, man. If Shopify loses 60, I think that's going to be a pretty ugly day for Shop, right? You can see this is that last earnings pop above 60, right? And we never got back below 60 there. So Shopify, that looks like a must hold at 60. And the other thing is ARK bought a lot of shares yesterday. I'll pull it up for you. Which is, whether you like it or not, I don't know. It's up to you if you care about that or not. But I sort of go off what they're buying. It's actually quite an interesting. It's people may not like Cathie Wood, but she she definitely made a lot of money on Coinbase, a lot. So there's probably other ones that she lost money on, but they were buying Coinbase when everyone absolutely hated it. I mean, they were buying Coinbase, a lot of Coinbase down here, a lot. They were buying it almost every day in like the 50s, 40s, and they've been selling it up 400%, right? So I don't mind looking at, to see what Cathie Wood's dip buying. I don't. I think it's something to be sort of focused on. They bought a lot of Shopify yesterday, 262,000 shares there. 100,000 shares there, 128, so that's 400, and that's like 500,000 shares. So interesting. They're selling more Coinbase. They're selling some Teladoc. They're selling DraftKings, selling Coinbase, selling Twilio. Yeah. So, yeah, little dip buy from the old Cathie Wood yesterday on Shop. I'll probably do the same. All right. That's about all I got, guys. Yeah, Toast looks great. Toast looks great. I'm not going to trade Toast, but I might buy more shares. I might throw maybe grab 1,000 shares down here or something. If I can grab 1,000 shares down here, if this gets back to the 70, it'd be nice. But we'll see. This is a long-term idea. I like buying, for me, guys, I like buying what I see, okay? So that was my reason for buying Uber when I did, which has been really good. I bought Uber back in 35s. I like buying what I see, right? What is something I see around the world? What is something that I see humans using, And it's not something that is a short-term, unsustainable fad, right? What is something that I see that could really revolutionize something? And I think Toast could take over the entire restaurant space, right? They are probably the leader in POS systems. And if they can continue to go on the right path, then I think there's nothing but greatness in front of them. So we'll see. I know it sounds like I'm sponsored by Toast, but I really do like the opportunity. So, all right, guys, that's it. That's all I got for you. Obviously, do your own due diligence, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to buy these shares, but I'll give you some insights where I can sort of tell you what I'm doing. I have my own money on these, so that's just me telling you what I'm buying. So, all right, if you guys could press that like button, subscribe to the channel. Be careful inside of this range today, guys. Please, right? Please, you don't need to trade in here. Try your best, right? Try your best. Yeah, my dad uses Toast. Yep. My father uses Toast in his restaurants. He's been using it for a long time. And now I'm seeing it pop up everywhere. So be careful here, guys. Very distinct range on the market. You do not need to trade within it. Practice some patience. Practice some ability to hold off, right? Practice that sort of, hey, I don't need to trade today. Let me chill, right? Let me be very patient today. So, yeah, people getting lazy with the likes. If you guys could, press that like button. Let's go Rangers, baby. Come on, Chef. 3-0. I sort of don't want to sweep the Carolina Hurricanes because I want to go to a game. And I want to go to Game 5. I'm tempted to go to Game 5. But, I'll take a sweep if they have to. I really want the Panthers to win. If the Panthers win and the Rangers win, that is big. Because then I can go to the Panthers games and I can fly to New York. I can go to every game. All right, guys. Canes, yeah, go. Rangers, Knicks, baby. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.